Hello once again, this is Joanna. Welcome to your March readings. I have a couple of announcements, so this intro is going to be slightly longer, but there's good stuff here. Number one, first and foremost, thank you so much for watching, for coming back, for listening, for liking, for subscribing. For those of you who have booked a reading with me, thank you so much. You know who you are. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. March readings are different in a way that I have been asked to use completely different cards. I've never used them before. I actually bought them about 12-15 years ago when I was going through a pretty challenging time, and I kind of like them. I never in my life thought I was going to do these readings, certainly not on YouTube or live, or readings in general. And I was told very clearly to use these cards. Now, they have no numbers, they have no meanings, they have no symbology, they have nothing other than art in order to inspire certain emotion, to evoke certain feeling, and to prompt an intuition or intuitive prompting. In my case, it also starts the process of information flowing from my guides as far as feeling, hearing, and seeing and knowing. So I will show you these cards. They're called soul cards. There is soul cards. This is the first one, and I believe there's a soul cards 2. And you'll see, just like in this vision, there is nothing. There's no numbers. So the card will show up like this, and it'll evoke a certain feeling, image, words, and often a certain phrase that I will hear. So what I do with these cards is I hold them up to the screen so that you can look at them and see what emotion is evoked within you. Always listen to your intuition. Just because your interpretation is different than mine does not make mine or yours wrong or right. It simply means your information may be in addition to what I'm saying or instead of. So always listen to your intuition. I was very timid starting with these cards. I wasn't sure how I was going to like it. It's because there is no parameters. Mind you, I'm not one that fits within certain categories, so it's actually should have been no surprise to me that I would really like them, because the moment I started the first reading, I actually loved them. I loved the energy. I loved how it was just so easy for me to hear. It was just an instant flow. I wasn't bogged down by any numbers, any dates, any wording. There's nothing for me to interpret. It was just pure information flow. So I hope you like them. Please let me know, and maybe I will keep this for a while, or until my guide tells me to go and do something else, which is what he always does. And I just kind of go, okay, you know what you're doing, and I just follow. It's called trust. Now, the other thing is exciting, that on March 20th, I'm going to be debuting my very first radio show. That is March 20th, which is a Monday. It's going to happen every other Monday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. This show is going to be live. It is going to be archived, and I will post this also on my YouTube channel, so you can also listen to it afterwards. When it's live, some of the sessions will have a component of me doing a reading live, so you can call in, or doing a reading with somebody else so that you guys can call in. On Monday, my first show, I will be interviewing a lady, a phenomenal soul. Her name is Stephanie, and we're going to talk everything inspirational, and also everything, not creation, yes, but manifesting. So we will talk about her story. She's just super funny and just amazing. And we will talk everything about manifesting. We might even take a caller or two live to give free readings or whatever it happens to be at the time. Point is, I would encourage you to listen to it, because the show is for you. When Spirit asked me to do the show, and I said, what the heck for? It was very clear to me that my work, however it's going to transpire, is something that you have been asking for, maybe not in a specific way, through me. And the show is all about empowering and inspiring people. And this is going to be done through messages from Spirit, information that I have gone through, and interviewing different individuals who have inspiring stories. So what I would like to do is I would like to ask you to send me your ideas about what it is that you would like to see on the show. So send me an email. That information is down below for you, with a subject line, radio show idea. And every time I implement the idea live, I will mention your name unless you ask me not to. So since this is for you, it only makes sense that I include and involve you in this process as much as possible. And I also think it's going to be fun. It's going to be, certainly when I use your ideas and you hear it, I think it just creates a certain involvement and an inclusivity, and I always want to be as inclusive as possible. And I think that's all I have. I don't want to talk too much because it's already way longer intro than any other intro, but I hope you can appreciate what it is that I was trying to say. Of course, these are general readings. If you would like more readings, I have videos on Vimeo for very small fee, and some of those are projections for 6 months, some of those are projections for 3 months for relationships, and I have those links included down below as well. Without further ado, let's get started with March reading. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, as always. And if you would like to contact me privately, that information is also down below. And I will see you in a moment. Stay tuned. Hello Leos, this is going to be your general reading for the month of March 2017. I have my new 4 cards laid down. They're face down. I don't know what they are, so let's start off with the message. What I will do with each card, I will hold it to the screen, just like I mentioned in the intro, and notice what feelings, emotions, or intuitive promptings you get when you see this card. Now, when I was meditating on the sign of Leo for March, I keep hearing changes and organization, or changes within an organization, and also changes within a structure or changes to structures. And I'm trying to see if there's a little bit more, and he's saying to just go with the next card and it will come out in the reading. So the first card, representing the overall energy for the month of March, is okay, so I'm going to hold this card to you and notice what you get. And then I'm going to interpret the card as I get the information from my guide. Always remember that just because I say something that's different than yours doesn't mean that your information is incorrect. Always keep in mind what you're getting as well. When I look at this card, the very first thing I see, so first of all, fish to me, I hear the word abundance. So there is definitely a feel of abundance. I hear the word health. So there is abundance around health, abundance around monetary situation. So abundance in general seems to be signified in the month of March. Now, when I look at this card, 2 fish is going one direction, the other 1 fish is going in a different direction. And I will show this to you. And what I hear is, stop swimming up the stream. Now, I'm going to ask what that means. I actually hear the words go with the flow rather than resisting the change. So it's interesting because at the very beginning, change was the word that came to me, and it was very prevalent. Stop resisting, go with the change, or don't resist the change. Some of you, this is going to be change around work environment, jobs. Some of it is going to be around health, and for some of you it's going to be around relationships. And I'm actually seeing this in 3 different categories, if you will. The changes that you are experiencing or you're about to experience in the month of March are long overdue. This is what I'm hearing. I actually hear the word laziness. Now, I've never had my guide say that to me in readings, so it's interesting that he's using this word. But then I hear the word stagnation. So the changes that you will be experiencing in the month of March are long overdue, and they're overdue because you have been stagnant in some area or some aspect of your life. I also hear the word finances. Your finances are going to change, and you are beginning to reap the benefits of your hard work. So two different messages, and for some of you this may somehow tie together. So it looks like the month of March offers a lot of opportunities which are themed as abundance. Change is, it's not always a good thing, but in this case, what I feel, the changes that will be coming to you, and for some of you, they may have already started in the month of February. Some of you, these changes go back as far as last year, so they're connected to last year. But whatever this is, in the month of March, and again, I want to say March through May, so in the next 2 months, you will overcome some major challenges from your past. So there's definitely, and I actually hear the word financial flow. So for some of you, there is definitely change around work environment, and I hear the word positive for most of you. Now, these changes are anticipated. I'm hearing that these changes are anticipated, so it's not going to be a surprise to you. And I'm clearly hearing the word monetary value. I'm sorry, I'm going to close the email. I thought I did. Monetary value, and then I hear the word up. Some of you are going to get a raise or a promotion, and I hear that very, very clearly. Now, he's asking me to talk about health. For some of you, you are going to see changes with regards to how to go about your health. There also seems to be a recognition of something that has been bothering you or bugging you health-wise, and the month of March will offer you opportunities to find out exactly what's been bothering you, or something that will shed light on the situation that you have been dealing with pertaining to health. And so that's the overall energy. And then I'm going to go, actually no, he's saying something else. I actually hear the words looking through the broken glass, and I don't quite understand what that means. Let me just connect with that message. I actually hear for some of you that you felt your world was shattered. Having said that, when I close my eyes, I actually see pieces of glass being put together and you looking through it, signifying to me, it could be also glasses that they were shattered. For some of you, you have shattered glasses, or your glasses were shattered in the month of March. But the bigger message here is that not all is lost. Your patience will pay off. So this is very, very interesting. Now, the next card signifies obstacles or opportunities in the month of March. And again, I'm going to hold the card right here. The predominant colors are red, white, and blue. So notice what comes up for you when you see this. And then I'm going to look at this card. And I'm hearing the word obstacle, so we're going to talk about an obstacle here. I feel like when I look at this card, I am falling somewhere where I see no end. And let me just clear this a little bit more. I actually hear the words allow yourself to fall. What do you mean? So here's the message. Falling is not necessarily a bad thing. Why? Because when you fall, you have a chance to get up, dust yourself off, and try something in a different way. So very interesting message. So it looks like in the month of March, you may feel, for some of you, that you are, there's an obstacle that's going to make you feel like you are not going in the right direction, like it's a mess. Something might happen, particularly around work and health area, where you feel like you are at a dead end and there is no way to go. And then I hear the word change of direction. So if you experience a situation in the month of March, actually between March and May, where you feel you are stuck, and there's nowhere else to go. And I actually feel I'm standing in front of a wall and there is nowhere to go. There is nowhere to go. If I go forward, I'm going to hurt myself. The message here is there is another way around this. So the overall message seems to be about change, positive change, and things coming to you, but it looks like you might experience some obstacles along the way. Now, these obstacles he's showing me, are meant to help you realize what your goals are, because apparently you have forgotten. So again, some of you, this is going to be work, some of you it's going to be health, and I'm actually hearing also the work relationships. For some of you, I hear the word walking away. So you will be walking away from an obstacle or walking away from a situation that feels to you that is at a dead end. There is nowhere to go. It's at a standstill, and you will. This is going to force you to reorganize your thoughts, reconsider your options, and reevaluate your goals and your ideas. So be prepared to have something come up that will make you feel like you are at a dead end. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing, because some of you are going in a direction where you know something is not working, you know health, relationship, job, whatever it is not working, yet you are still doing it out of a habit. And what I'm hearing is that change is necessary. So there's definitely something that's going to come up for you, for some of you, most of you actually, in a month of March or between March and May, that's going to force you to reevaluate where you are going and who you are going with. Okay, the next card is actions to take. And again, I'm going to hold the card. What's interesting is that these cards seem to come up over and over again, and there's like 76 cards in a deck. Actions. When I look at this card, I actually hear the words, don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget where you come from. You know where you belong. There seems to be a sense of confusion with this card. So if you are going to feel like you're at a dead end, that's probably going to bring up some confusion within you, which will spur another flow of ideas, possibly, and new ways of doing things. But you know where you belong. It's a very distinct message. So I'm hoping it's going to make sense to some of you. I also hear the past is the past. There is no point in looking back any longer. And for some of you, there's a sense of closure here. I feel there's a sense of sadness. And actually, when you look at this card, it almost looks like this person is, there's a tear or a tear flowing. The predominant color of this card is, there is some green, but it's also yellow. Yellow is connected to your solar plexus. It's where your creativity is. It's where your power resides. Green is color of healing. And I feel like whatever situation you will be facing, work, relationship, or health, again, I feel like you're going to be forced to move forward in a different direction. And again, I hear very clearly, don't forget who you are. So maybe in the past, you have been stuck in a job or in a relationship where, again, you are there out of a habit, but it's not really working for you. It's not connecting with who you are. It's not aligning with your ideas, ideals, your higher values, whatever it is, but you're just kind of in it out of a habit. And I feel that's what the message says when you're being asked to remember to not forget who you are. It's very, very important. And I'm actually being shown a huge tree in the middle of nowhere with this huge trunk and beautiful greenery. And the tree is just by itself. And when I ask the question what this means, I actually hear the word wisdom. So whatever you're going to go through in the month of March, and I just got shivers, the situation that's going to make you feel stuck, it's actually going to allow you to gain some valuable wisdom about yourself and about your life in general. So there's a lot of contemplation here. There's a lot of self-evaluation or re-evaluation. There's a lot of self-analysis and reflection, not only within yourself, but within yourself and the life around you. And the words I hear again are, don't get stuck in the mud. Mud, M-U-D. Sorry, my English is my second language, so sometimes I say things that sound funny. And I laugh about it. Whatever the situation is that's making you feel stagnant or like you're hitting the wall, it's like you're walking through mud. And you are being asked not to do that any longer. It does not serve you. It is not necessary for you to be there and feel stuck. And what I'm hearing is you have all the information available to you to make the right decision now. So you're going to be making some kind of a decision. And again, health, relationship, or work, this will fit in any, it can fit in any situation. So it'll transpire very differently to, very different people. And there's thousands of you. So it will be interesting to see how it connects with you. But remember what was said in the beginning, because he's reminding me, March is a time of change. It's a time of cleanup. And he's actually showing me you sweeping up the floor. It's time for spring cleaning. And spring is March 20th or 21st. With spring comes the energy of renewal, rebirth, letting the old fall so the new can come in and give birth to new. So definitely something happening between March and May, which is spring, that will allow you to change the course of direction of where you're going, so that you feel unstuck, but also to allow you to see your future in a much different way. And I actually hear the word in a much brighter way, much brighter. Now, the next card is outcome or advice, and he's asking me to go with an outcome. So again, I'm going to show you this card. Can't believe these cards are repeating themselves, and I've done these readings over several weeks. So here's the card. I don't know if you can see, but obviously this is a person. The eyes are closed here, and here, if you look closer, it almost looks like a little bit of a monster kind of lurking there. So I'm going to ask here what this message is, and this is an outcome. When I look at this card, I feel that I no longer have to be fearful. Whatever is going to transpire in the month of March, between March and May, you're definitely going to see some changes. You will be making some changes. You will be, quote unquote, pushed or forced to make changes. Now, these changes are necessary. These changes are actually good at the end of the day, but I feel they will kick you out of your comfort zone, which is always a little bit uncomfortable. However, he's saying to me, just like with change of seasons, with new season, there is new opportunities, new things. Each season offers its own gifts. As with any change, there's an opportunity for something profound and positive. So as an outcome, I feel that whatever changes I will be going through, or you will be going through, I feel like you will put things in your past, and I feel like you'll overcome a major obstacle. And the obstacle seems to be, aside from the fact that it's going to feel is on the outside of you, the obstacle is very much within me. It's very much within you. And the obstacle is connected to fear. So whatever is forcing you to look at your, dead end and letting the past be the past and not being afraid of making changes, those steps that you will take, the reevaluation and reconsideration that you will go through, is actually going to allow you to become much more in tune with who you are, number one, but also it will allow you to become a much more confident person. And again, some of you, there's definitely a feel of leaving something behind, leaving a situation, leaving a relationship, leaving a job, leaving a health condition behind, anything that is no longer serving you. But there is definitely a distinct sense of you needing to make a change that you perhaps have been sitting on too long, or stagnating, or just, as he said, lazy, because you were, I can't believe he said that, because you were in your comfort zone. Change is necessary for your own growth. Without change, the world cannot evolve. So it is with you. Without change, you cannot grow. And that is a direct channel. Allow yourself to remember where you come from, but don't forget who you are. For where you are going is much different than where you are coming from. And I just got chills. Very beautiful message. So there's a depth to this. And it's not going to resonate with everybody. I completely understand and I totally respect that. But for those of you who this is going to make sense, you will know, because the changes we're talking about are profound changes. And most profound changes happen within us. Outside, yes. Outside can trigger change within, but profound changes happen within us for the most part. And I think that's all I have. And then I'm being shown the number 7. Now, July is number 7. Some of you have birthdays in July. My son has a birthday in July. He's a Leo. But aside from that, this is also an energy of mastery. So through going through these changes in a month of, again, between March and May, you will master an aspect of your emotionality in a way that you have not been able to do before. And that will come through facing an obstacle or through facing a challenge that will force you to change your course. And again, this is a positive change, long term, but it will make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, because we are, habits, creature of habits, and changes oftentimes, ripple our feeling of feeling safe and stable. Some people thrive on change. I don't think too many people thrive on huge changes, but these are obstacles that you will be overcoming. However, again, change is necessary for your own growth and for your own evolution. And I think that's all I want to leave with this reading. I hope you liked it. I hope this made sense to you. Of course, they don't make sense typically at the beginning of the month, but you may use this as a bit of FYI, what's coming, so that when it does come, you'll go, oh God, I knew it. But also listen to this at the end of the month and also towards April or May, because it seems to be stretching. There's a few other signs that actually got this message, or got their messages between March and May. So maybe that's your moon sign or rising sun, so check those as well, and always do that, because they will give you a much clearer picture. And if this doesn't make sense to you, it just may not be the message for you, and that's totally okay. Again, thank you so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing, and for sharing. I will always say this: without you, I wouldn't do this. So thank you so much. Let me know how this connects with you. If you would like to comment down below, I would love to read it. Thank you for all your comments, by the way. And I wish you best of luck in the month of March. It sounds like an exciting time. So I hope everything goes well for you, as I know it will long term. Best of luck, and I look forward to seeing you in April. Take care.